Welcome to DFS Insights. I'm David Geislinger, and I'm usually joined by my cousin David Grant Jr., but he had an emergency, so I'll be riding this solo for this matchup. The teams up on the block are the Miami Heat at the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, today we have a pretty good matchup here between the Miami Heat coming to Sacramento to play the Sacramento Kings. As you can tell, big fan. I'll be actually attending the game tomorrow. Thought it was going to be a little bit better of a matchup. However, Miami Heat decided to get into a little scuffle against the Pelicans, and a few of them got suspended, so break that down here in a second. Right now the Kings are favored 7.5 points. The over-under sitting at about 226, so it should be pretty good matchup. Might be able to play those low value people. They might be getting some extra playing time here. So with that, I think the biggest factors of this game are obviously the three people that are going to be suspended, which is Jimmy Butler. Obviously, that's huge. Nikola Jokic, which is not the guy from Denver, but he's become a pretty decent starter for the Miami Heat. And then also Thomas Bryant. He's a lower owned guy, but yeah, definitely Jimmy Butler and Jokic will be huge. And then on top of that, Tyler Hero hyperextended his knee in the fourth quarter there, so he is a game time decision, and also Terry Rozier, which those are huge players. So to keep an eye on that, I'll be updating any news, any breaking news that happens. Make sure you're following it, subscribe to the channel so you get those updates as they happen. I'll be posting them in the comment section below and pin those comments. As for the Kings, they are coming on a back-to-back. They just beat the Los Angeles Clippers yesterday in LA, so they will have a little bit of a road trip back up north here to Sacramento to take on those. But other than that, it looks like Alex Lynn still might be out, and Sasha Vezenkov is most likely still going to be out with an ankle. He's going to be reevaluated probably about a week or so. So with that, let's get over to the players. I'll be breaking down three key players here that I think will help with this matchup. Let's head over there and get this show started. So my players are. I'm going to kind of look at it and try to help out with the Miami Heat side. It's easy to say, Domantas Sabonis is a triple double machine. He just came off another 60-point game against the Clippers here, and then also De'Aaron Fox for the Kings. He's had 4 straight games of over 50 points. So obviously, no really too big of a need to talk about them, as in they're going to be pretty huge here. However, so going up on my first player I'm going to break down here is Bam Adebayo. It's just I'm going to be talking about him because I think centers have a field day with the Kings. There's a few teams in the league where you always kind of want to play the opposing center, and the Sacramento Kings are one of them. So looking at Bam Adebayo here, his average minutes looking about 34 minutes, probably be a little bit higher, as I believe he's going to be probably the main scorer with Butler and Jokic out. His usage is sitting at 24.6. He's averaging 45.2, and he's projected about 44.8. These stats are for the last 5 games. However, I did a little bit of digging, and with Butler and Jokic out, his usage actually gets bumped up to around 27.6, and his average fantasy points stays about the same. So he does tend to get a little bit more usage with them out. So that is good news. So obviously Bam will be in there. I like him in all the multiplier spots, MVP, star, and pro. Obviously, pro would probably just be more of a ownership play, but definitely MVP and star for sure for him. Moving on to my second player, I'm going to keep it here with the Miami Heat, and I like Kevin Love. Oldie but goodie here. He's averaging about 16.8 minutes, 17.5 usage, which is pretty good based on the minute he plays. He's averaging about 19.9 fantasy points, and he's projected about 18.7. I do like him in the pro and the flex spot. However, I do think he's going to be getting a lot more usage here. Looking at it, his usage does go up to about 20.3 with Butler and Jokic and Bryant out, and his average fantasy points actually jumps quite a bit up to about 35 with those people out. So that's why I kind of picked him, and with a salary of $7K, he is a good find, especially with those Kings players. Sabonis, I think, is the first player I've seen at $17K. So playing someone at $17K and then Fox at 15.5 and Bam at 15, you're going to need some of these low salary players. And I think with the people out on Miami, Kevin Love will be, that player that could help you out there. He's definitely going to probably get more minutes as well. And just keeping things moving around here, I'm going to be pushing on to another Heat player, which I think everybody probably saw him in the All-Star dunk contest here, Jamie Vasquez Jr. I want to say he's going to get some more usage with Butler out. There wasn't too much data, as I don't think there's too many games where Butler's been out. However, he's averaging 28.7 minutes. His usage is sitting about 17, which is lower than I would like. I like to be about mid-20s is typically what I like, but average fantasy point 17.9. He is projected 22, and that's obviously he should be getting, I think, more than that. I'm going to be looking. He's averaging roughly about 28 with Butler. The few games that he did play, he averaged about 28 fantasy points. When Butler didn't, his usage also went up to about 19 there, so still a little bit lower. But yeah, I think Jamie Vac will be pretty decent in the pro. I think he'll be, definitely heavily owned in the flex. Bumping him up the pro might be a good ownership play if you want to go that route. But yeah, those are going to be my three key players, especially for Miami. Obviously, I'm going to be having, the Kings players. I didn't really break too many of them down, as I think, the two I'm probably going to be focusing a lot are Sabonis and Fox. And, and with Bam at the 15, I'm going to need those lower owned. So that's kind of why I went with the 7K Love and the 8.5 Vasquez. So that way you can kind of play with those lineups. It will get a little dicey with Hero. I'm assuming right now Hero is playing. However, with that hyperextension, I'm going to be definitely keeping an eye on it. So when you look at my lineup, please note that I'm assuming Hero is still playing. But if things do change, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell, so that way you'll be getting any updates that I do. In case I need to, obviously get that breaking news that if Hero's not playing, I'll need to, provide an alternative for that in the lineup. And with that, here is the lineup for tonight's game, the free lineup. As you can see here, got Bam in the MVP. I wanted De'Aaron. Sabonis was just at 17K, a little too high. Tyler Hero, and then I have the Jamie and Kevin Love both in the flex. So with that, you guys' insights do matter. Please drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on my key players of this matchup. Who are your guys' top picks? I would love to hear. Who's your top picks? Why you decided to choose them, and also if you have any additional questions about players that I didn't address. If you wanted to, hear maybe my thoughts on, the Kings players, I like to kind of keep these videos short. But yeah, write in the comment below. I'll be more than happy to provide feedback on them as I do, research the entire game. However, I think these 3 picks are going to be key because it's just always finding that value. And with 2 star players out, you can always find those lower owned guys that are going to step up and, possibly be that slate breaker. So, with that, please make sure you like and subscribe. It does put us out in front of more people. David should be back, so that way you guys will be getting, another free lineup and also 3 more key players. With that, hope everybody, wins, and hope to see you guys on the leaderboard.